Welcome to another Planetary music project. I'm your host, Jefferson Glassy, and we're here in the Algarve region of Portugal, down south in Lagos, and this is beautiful Aljezur along the coast, where Planetary Gig Society sponsored a concert for humanity in September 2024. We'll share some of the music from the concert and some sights from around the area, and then we had a fascinating conversation about a new concept combining sound and yoga with my good friends Catarina Silva and Guilherme Granato. Come along and check it out.
That's
So here we are in Aljezur, Portugal. We're having an amazing time, as you've been seeing, traveling all around the country, Lisbon, Porto, Evora, Lagos, and here we are in the, I guess it's sort of the home base of the Nada Journeys. You can explain more, but my really good friend's Kata Guilherme. Very close. Could you say your full name and hello?
Yes, my full name is Catarina Marques Silva.
Yeah. See, I'm glad you said that.
Thank you for inviting us.
Oh, of course.
My full name is Guilherme Granato. Guilherme is, let's say, the Portuguese variation of William. Mm-hmm. That is, very common in the United States.
Yes.
William, Guillermo in Spanish, and Guilherme in Portuguese.
Okay, and you all know me. I'm Jefferson, but we have such an amazing connection because I was just hanging out at the Devi Music Ashram in Rishikesh, and I kept hearing about this couple who were they're taking the train from Varanasi, and it was a little late, 10 hours or something, and you had this long trip, and then you walked in to the kitchen, and we're sitting around the dining room there, and we're just all of a sudden start talking.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was sort of instant friends. That was I believe in the serendipity, coincidences. You go with them. This program that we do, the Planetary Music Project, is really about going to other places, visiting musicians to see what kind of music is there. And certainly in Portugal, the fado music is around. It's so amazing. You sit around live, listen to the live music. It's so emotional and powerful, and it's similar to the Rebettica music in Greece. But we've been exploring other musical cultures and instruments and types of music and singing and all this. But what y'all are doing is just so special to me. I really wanted to talk with you about what you're doing, because this project, Nada Journeys, it's not just music, but it is music. And it's vibration and healing. And so could you talk a little bit? I mean, this is kind of your baby primarily, right? I guess. What is this Nada Journeys, and what are you doing here and in this part of the country?
So maybe I'll start, and I'm sure Guillermo will have something more to say.
Yeah, of course.
Because he's the expert on the music part. And Nada Journeys is basically a project that we've been developing that combines the good thing about these two worlds, which is yoga and music. And it's more about restorative yoga, yin yoga inspired restorative practices, where the invitation is already for people to relax and to go within. What we created, and this is quite an original creation, is we bring the music into the practice. And basically, it's not only about having a soundtrack, but is about having a practice of yoga and a musical soundscape, a music experience that are combined together. So what we are always explaining to the people who come to our sessions is that every session is unique, because we really try to make the sequence of practice connected with the music that he's playing mostly. I also join a little bit on with my voice and with the harmonium sometimes, but it's basically Guillermo with the instruments, and also the instruments are different every session. But basically, this project of Nada Journeys, it is this immersive experience on your sensations through your ears, through, of course, the physical body. That's where the yoga part comes in, through the breath. and it's basically an invitation to expand your awareness through the sound and through the physical body.
So if you're going to listen to music and you go to a program or you go to a live performance, you're experiencing it, but it's mainly ears and eyes, I guess. But this is more like a whole body musical
exactly
experience.
That's interesting because I like to see these sessions. I say that it's a different way of practicing yoga and a different way of listening to music too. You know, because music is not just about the sounds. Music, it's about something else that is always happening. It's different to listen to music while you are driving, or maybe taking a shower, or in a concert, or in a dark room, or you know, all these settings change the way you relate with music. And music is not only about the sounds, it's about something we do with the sounds, how we engage the experience. So maybe in other journeys, it's a proposition, a idea that relates yoga and music, and you can see in both sides. It's a different way of practicing yoga with live music, or it's a different way of listening to music, doing yoga, you know.
Yeah.
And there is something else that I try to create. I like to say that I'm not playing music, I'm creating soundscapes, you know, because the music that I am playing, I try to, it's not like, how can I say, it's a music oriented to put maybe you out of the box in some ways, you know, like that makes you kind of lost the sense of time, like lots of minimalistic ideas and drawn music, and these ideas coming from Indian music too, but not only Indian music. So a kind of music that is not like oriented by the rules usually used in the music that you listen in the radio with chords and, you know, a teleology. It's try to be like circular, or maybe put you in a soundscape that make you kind of lost the reference of where you are and how long you are there, and, you know, put you in a different mindset.
Yeah, it makes me think of, we know music is powerful, we know music is vibration, but we experience it in these different ways. But wow, when we did a sound bath in Rishikesh with the Tibetan bowls all around you laying there, you go to a different place. Your brain, I don't know whether it's just different brain waves or something, but that's really a powerful impact of these vibrations, and music is almost like not quite as powerful as those, but it is. So you're combining the real physical impact of the vibration, but also moving your body around, etc.
What I think it's a beautiful difference between sitting watching a concert and doing one of our sessions is that, first of all, you're not exactly looking at Guilherme like, what is the musician doing? So you're more inside, you're really receiving the sound without having your rational mind so connected, and this can actually be very healing, because you're not thinking so much about what you're listening, but you are receiving. And something else that happens during the practice is that while we are doing this yin yoga practice, postures, whatever, we are opening the body exactly to receive these vibrations, the waves of sound. And I really believe they are received in a different way because you are already in such an open, receptive state in your physical body. So if we come to this, this idea that everything travels through vibrations, then it really makes sense that the body and, of course, your whole being is receiving the sound in a different way.
And you know, there is something interesting that you said about the sound bath. You know, music as we listen and as it's produced in the East, like classical music and these variations, it's very rational, you know. You have all these protocols of reason inside of it, like this is pretty logical developments, you know. And maybe when you get in touch with the pure sounds, just like a gong, like a giant gong, boom, that break down your reference, you know. It's not about music as we know it, but it's about sounds and open a new ground for like what's happening, you know.
Yeah.
What's that, you know. I'm listening to sounds, but it's not exactly music as usually you hear, you know. A music, that comes from here to there, this chord from the 5 to the 1 and to the 1 to the 4 and to the 5 and to the 1. Makes sense, you know. No, it's just pure sound, or maybe music that using instruments, but that doesn't goes in the same logic, and you know, there is a whole universe of relation, lots of possibilities of relation with music that we discover when you try different settings and different languages of music and matching with yoga and other things that you can do that can maximize your experience.
Yeah, and we talk about music, you know, being able to heal. It's the healing sounds, etc. And yoga is healing, and the sound baths are healing. And I kind of wonder, what does really healing mean?
Yeah, that's a good
kind of
question.
think, you know, my own perspective, I'm interested in yours. Healing is kind of taking away some of the fears and allowing you just to be in the moment, to be in love, to be in peace, to be in harmony, maybe. And I'm assuming this is part of the intention with healing, or do you have a different thought about what healing means in the context of Nada Journeys?
Yeah, I read something recently that really got me thinking, and it really makes sense to me. And I don't remember the exact words, but it's like it was in regards to healing and in regards to time, because there's this saying that time heals everything, and it was kind of like, that's not true. And I think maybe it's just an interpretation, but healing means you are present with the same things, but in a different state of mind. It makes you made peace with all the things that are still there present, but you made peace with them.
And let go of them.
Yeah.
The troubles.
So I think this is very much the way of yoga is like to be present with all these things, and learn how to breathe with them and learn how to be in peace with them. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, once somebody after a session, a guy told me that about the music, and he said it was kind of chaotic, but at the same time it was not chaotic. It had some order, but it was chaotic. I don't know. You know, and I think this is kind of healing. You know, art have this power of healing us from the belief that things should ever be in the same way. You know, so maybe we are trying. When I compose and improvise music in this session, I want to heal people from the notions of music that they think, you know, like the music we hear every day. Most of the time there is repetition of the same.
Yeah, there's the blues, the country, the
I love
fado,
blues,
all
know,
these
that's
things.
Not the worst, but this kind of patterns and repetitions that make we believe that life is like that. Things are like that. Music.
The beginning
like
and an end.
Yeah, beginning and maybe there is infinite ways of perception and music that we can heal ourselves from that and open ourselves for the infinite possibilities of sensibility, of organization, of form, of, you know. So this is a kind of healing, maybe, you know, because I'm not a doctor, you know, to heal someone for some disease, but maybe I can heal from some old patterns that should be broken for new things to come.
Yeah, that really makes sense.
And if I can add something to that, and you know, we can do a lot of theories around listening music and healing and everything. But something very simple that many people say is like they were completely out of their heads. I mean, out of their minds while they are here in the session. They are not in their heads, and that's very healing, if we want to use the word. And it can be so simple, you know. And we had a lot of people who say the sound or the music is an element that brings them back into presence as well. And we're always, of course, making that invitation during the session. But it's so much about practicing presence, no?
Practicing presence.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good. So what's your thought? What are you aiming to do? You have, we had the concert and the singing circle last night, and it was beautiful in this space. It's amazing. What's your future of this Nada Journeys? I mean, to me, I think we need this sort of ceremonies. Millions around the world. Let's heal the world through Nada Journeys, you know? But what's your, your thoughts about the future?
Yeah. On a short period of time, or on a shorter period of time, we want to reach more people, because I feel, especially nowadays in our society, and especially in people who have to live in the city. We're lucky to be able to choose to not live in a city.
No,
but
it's
for
beautiful
people,
out here.
Yeah, for people who live in a city, who have 9-to-5 kind of job, who have a million of responsibilities back home, I think this is such a necessary, it doesn't have to be exactly Nada Journeys, but it's so much needed to come to these resting spaces where you can just let go of these things, allow yourself to, refill, recharge your energy. And I really believe that people will live a better life if they allow themselves to receive. So
yeah,
I think I would love that Nada Journeys continues with the sessions and reaches more people and inspires more people also to do what they love.
Yeah, it's kind of nice you don't have to fill up Wembley Stadium with 80,000
Yeah,
people.
I was about to say that.
You don't need to do that.
We just know that we have to continue. It's not like a empresarial, como eu diria.
Yeah, we don't have to go massive or...
Yeah, it's not a massive entrepreneurship, like of millions of dollars, and we want to rule the world. We just will continue doing and improving, and we do it every week. And it's so good to do what you love and a project that you are creating and developing every week. I always say to Kata, every week we're gonna do it every week for 10 people or for 3 people, we're gonna do it, and every week we do something new and improve a little bit of the idea of how we manage the movements and the music, and I improve myself playing sitar or playing music or try a different loop or try a different sound or something every day, every week, and just keep doing, and we want to keep doing it. And maybe record we are thinking about recording something, maybe you said about the e-book, the audio book, maybe something like a musical meditation, guided meditation, musical
for different purposes,
something like that. We are like reaching and we have to do it with my equipment on our place, and that's something important, like do it yourself. We're gonna do it with my computer, with my devices, and we're gonna do it in our room. And that's something too important. We're gonna do it with our instrument. You're not going to any big studio or something.
No pitch correction.
No pitch correction. Maybe a little bit.
I think something that is also good to mention is that when we have something that inspires us, we also try to bring it to the practice to be more authentic. So we don't really plan. Like the other day, we had a session about the water element. So we somehow, oh yeah, because we were at the beach and the tide was really big and the currents were really strong, so we really felt, let's do a session about the water, you know, and the power of this water element in its various states, you know, the fluidity, the power of the waves, the cleansing of the river, whatever. So we also do that. It doesn't mean that we have to plan every session in a rational way, or we hear a song that inspires us, and you know, even though sometimes we create, or Guilherme creates soundscapes without a lot of structure, we also like to bring some traditional songs sometimes, and I sing in Portuguese, or there is a mantra that is very present, and we do something with the mantra, with the voice, exploration, and with the guitar. So yeah, we really allow ourselves freedom to create, and the result is always good. I don't know, when it comes from an authentic place, I know I have to be more disciplined. I have to practice more at home, but I really like to bring that spontaneity to.
Well, it's fabulous what you're doing. Maybe we'll get a few clips we can show people on this program so they have an idea. But thank you so much for, I don't know, I'm so glad to know you, and we've been wonderful hosts here we've been enjoying your friends and everything. So thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Jeff.
And on a journey, here we go. Hopefully everybody will be hearing about this more soon.
Thank you, Jeff. We are very happy to have you here and to be on the Planetary Gigs Society and all this.
It's working. It's working.
And it's great, you know, it's so beautiful to know about your project and what you're doing around the world. It's very inspiring. Obrigada. Yeah. Thank you for inviting us.
Thank you. We're on a good team.
You.
Nice.
All right. Namaste.
Namaste, gratidão. Obrigada.
Great.